So I'm pretty sure the Ninja Paragon is kind of busted nowadays, but let's actually check it out and see for ourselves. So here's the thing, recently Ninja QE buffed the Ninja Paragon, but they didn't just buff him, they made him super strong versus a very specific type of Bloons, which is Boss Bloons and Camo Bloons. Now, does anyone like that come to mind to you guys? Yep, it's FaZe. So let me walk you guys through what is happening with these changes and how I think this Ninja Paragon is going to be absolutely insane. So first things first, they increase the damage that the shurikens do to sticky targets. Then they reduce the attack cooldown of the stickies, but they increase the damage by like threefold, which is absolutely nuts. They reduce the damage to bosses by a little bit, but then look at this thing. The sticky damage to Camo goes from 3,000 to 18,000 damage. How insane is this? On top of that, they did increase the AoE explosion damage as well, and when you combine all of these things, I mean, there is no way you're not coming to a conclusion that this guy is just a FaZe demolition machine at this point. You know, you're reading these changes and you're like, what was Ninja QE trying to achieve with that? And of course, the first thing that comes to mind is, yeah, they wanted to make this thing absolutely insane versus FaZe, right? So let's actually see how good it is. We are playing a scrapyard, we need a long map. The sticky projectile is obviously global, so we're not worried about that. We actually want up using melee the sticky projectile versus the boss. And of course, it's just an added bonus for us that the bottom path ninja is really good versus bosses in general, so we're going to be using the sticky for tier 1, hopefully the master bomber for the tier 2, and of course the paragon for the tier 3 and above. So this is going to be the full ninja experience start to finish. By the way, I'm going to be using the Banana Farmer Pro, which we usually avoid doing, but since this is like more of a Ninja Paragon showcase video, we're not going to be needing that much money anyway, so I think it's going to be fine for this video. Alright, so trying to save out some cash, I'm going to use the level 3 ability. We're going to get the Flash Bomb next because there's no way that we can pop these lead balloons. Actually, maybe we should drop an Alchemist, maybe a lead to gold and a rubber to gold Alchemist just for the extra cash. You guys know what? That's actually not even a bad idea. Sure, let's do that. Let's go like this, have it on strong. Let me get the lead to gold. Not exactly the best purchase for round 28, but it's gonna pay itself off anyway, so it's fine, I think. Something that I really like doing is actually using the 203 Ninja, because the shurikens, they made it recent. Well, it's not actually that recent. It was a couple of updates ago, but they made the shurikens do extra damage to Bloons that are stunned, and then even more damage to Bloons that are sticky. So it kind of cleans out everything by itself in a way. So we have the tier 1 incoming. So how do we want to start this thing off? I think if I have a sticky like this, I know that this is going to be like the second one, but once FaZe goes out of the range of this sticky up top, we're going to sell it. We're going to upgrade this guy at the bottom, and also let's make sure we keep farming and see if this is how is the damage just going to be in general, because I know that they reduced the damage by a little bit. They used to do 500 per charge, and now it does 450. It's a 10% nerf for sure, but it might add up over the long term. So that's going to be skull number 1. I think we're just going to keep farming, honestly. I'm just going to upgrade this thing to the BRF. We have this guy, the regrow bananas, and it's connected. I'm actually going to reconnect it because I know there was like this bug happening a while back, so I'm just doing it self panic. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a ninja like this. So let's buy a sticky over here. Let's sell this guy here on the left side now. Like, look at this guy, actually. He was our first guy, and he's not getting to become a sticky ninja. That's kind of sad. I'm sorry. All right, I think we have to sell the ninja from here so we can upgrade this guy to the sticky now. We should also be buying a couple of these central markets, honestly, because we do have the money, and I'm noticing that these balloons are starting to, well, not league, but they're making it pretty far because the spawn point is getting moved. So yeah, maybe these sticky charges, sticky bombs, not as good as they were before because we're halfway there. We still have like 2 skulls and 2 jumps left to go, and it's round 49. All right, so one more HBR. This is going to be a big jump, by the way. I don't think that this guy is going to keep attacking. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, sure. Let's keep it like this, and then let's get ready for, I think the last one is going to be like over here. So let me just buy it. And this is taking a very long time, guys. Yeah, this is not looking good because it's round 52, but the stickies, yeah, they do tend to take a very long time to pop the boss. So hopefully it's going to be better for the tier 2 with the master bomber, but for now, yeah, it's going to be like 2 more charges, and there goes the tier 1. Round 53. That is a very long time. All right, so hopefully we make a decent amount of money before the tier 2 boss arrives. So let's overclock our BRF. We have our tech bot helping us out a little bit, and then we're going for the banana central, obviously. Now this guy is still a flash bomb. I think he's going to remain a flash bomb, honestly, even for the tier 2, because I think the master bomber is actually going to go like this because he needs to be able to see the map fully. Alright, so tier 2 incoming. I just got the master bomber, and hopefully this guy solves it by itself, because the sticky charges are global, so at least we're not gonna have to keep buying and reselling the little sticky ninjas. And this is going pretty much with the tempo of the previous one, I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't look like it's a lot faster. One thing that we should do is we should likely just sell all of these central markets and buy a couple of BRS, because it doesn't exactly work, I don't think, with the mid-path, the Banana Farmer Pro. Ooh, I'm not actually sure we're defending 63 now, the way that things are going. So maybe we want to buy something else. Like what? Like another Ninja? I mean, Grandmaster? Sure, let's keep it Ninja themed, guys. Let's get the Grandmaster and hopefully this survives. I think it's gonna be fine because we're going for the Ninja Paragon anyways for the next year, so I think it should be fine. But yeah, if anything, this Master Bomber is doing the thing, guys. It's about the same speed as before, I'm gonna be honest. It's not gonna be like, so the previous one we defeated in round 53, so it took us 13 rounds. I think this is not gonna take us 13 rounds, but the tempo is pretty much the same, give or take. Alright, there it is, the last HP bar. There goes the tier 2, and with that, we are done. Now, the next one is gonna be the Ninja Paragon. So first things first, we're going for a degree 1. This thing is gonna be insane anyway, so let's just see if a degree 1 is gonna be enough to solo the tier 3. And then honestly, I don't even think we're gonna need like these super high degrees like the 60s or whatever for the tier 5, just because the buffs that it got are insane. Alright, so the money is absolutely perfect. We don't have a lot of farms, but we don't need a lot of farms because again, the farming is gonna be like a secondary in this run. We just need a single Ninja Paragon and hopefully it's gonna work out. So tier 3, Ascended Shadow, 500k, just make it a degree 1. It's gonna be fine, I think. It's a degree 4, that's fine as well. Okay, so let's watch how much. Oh my god, that was the entire shield with one sticky. What is happening? What is happening? He is one-shotting full HP bars. This is a degree 1. Let me see the next sticky. I mean, the damage from the sticky doesn't go through, so he's gonna throw the next charge, and that is an entire HP bar. What is this supposed to be happening? Look at the shield. Look at how the shield just appears and then instantly disappears in a second. I mean, this is insane. I know it's like a degree 4. This is the tier 3 boss for sure. He's not supposed to be that strong, so the shurikens are not exactly attacking right now. Just watch the HP bar now. So he's the full shield gone. And then he's gonna throw another charge, and then when this charge pops, entire HP bar gone. Look at this thing. That is crazy. Alright, so it's like 10 charges in total to beat the tier of a boss. That's an entire HP bar. He's gonna throw one more sticky and it's gonna be GG, isn't it? Oh my god, what? Wait, what just happened right now? This guy literally 10-shot an entire tier 3 boss with just stickies. Well, I guess he was attacking it a little bit when he was around it with the shurikens, but he like it was 10 stickies. That's it. Let's keep this guy for the tier 4, and then if we need to, we're gonna buy like some small degree upgrade. Like maybe we get him up to 10 or 15 or something like that. Actually, you guys know what? I'm gonna go one step further. I'm gonna sell him. We're not doing degree 4. We're doing degree 1. All right, let's go. Tier 4 appearing. Let's buy the Ninja Paragon. Make sure it's a degree 1 and see if this thing is gonna solo. This is absolutely insane. So I'm just gonna put like, the 500k. That's a degree 1. How much damage is the guys? This is gonna win. This is gonna win. Look at the damage. It needs like 4 stickies to get rid of the shield. And how many is it gonna need for the HP bars? It's gonna be 3 stickies for the HP bars. All right. How is a degree 1 ninja doing this? They've made this thing so good versus FaZe. This is actually unfair. So if you're facing FaZe ever, you just get the Ninja Paragon. You don't even need to farm that hard or anything. Look at this thing. 2 skulls done. Degree 1 ninja. 500k Paragon. I mean, I guess it's not like that cheap of a Paragon. It's like mid-range, maybe upper mid-range. So they're kind of trying to make these Paragons, you know, specialized versus something in a way, right? So you would want to have the Ninja Paragon versus FaZe, but if you want to use, I guess, any other Paragon, you still want to have the Ninja because you want to give them camo detection. That's why, you know, it was a little bit of a bummer when they released the Bomb Paragon, and then, like, the first bombs they ever put in the game was, like, FaZe, and the Bomb Paragon was, like, barely working. But yeah, I guess, I mean, if you're not doing, you know, that OP Metamorphosis, Wizard, and Overclock combo, this is absolutely crazy. Degree 1 ninja soloing the tier 4, and it's like not even close. Like this, he's not even close to the exit. This is the last HP bar that he's on. Something that you can definitely notice, by the way, is the lack of attack speed on the, well, not the lack of attack speed, but it's like you can see that the stickies are getting thrown around less often, but it's compensating with so much damage that you don't even care. Like that's 3 charges per HP bar. Oh, can we actually see the, yeah, we can, that's fine. Yeah, so he's even gonna defend the small balloons, and that's like the last sticky, and when this thing explodes, boom, there goes the tier 4. Alright, so degree 1 is obviously not gonna be enough versus a tier 5, but how about the degree 10? That should be pretty cheap to pull off. So 500k, and then I think you put about, it should be about this amount, and then you get a degree 10. And then is this... Yeah, there we go. Alright, is this gonna be fine? I think we're gonna get a gauge depending on how much damage the sticky does, because we know that if you take 4 charges to beat the shield, then it's gonna beat the boss, because that's exactly what happened in the previous one. And it seems like these stickies are unfortunately not gonna cut it. He's gonna need like 10 plus stickies, it seems like, just to get rid of the shield. Is gonna be a little bit less for the HP bars, and he's gonna do a lot of jumps. So unfortunately, I mean, 10 would have been too much, but I don't think this is gonna work. How about the degree 20 then? Let's see if a 20 is gonna be able to do. So how much damage is this thing per explode? It's a little bit more. Okay, so do we try and let it rip with the degree 20? Doesn't seem like it's too much, but it's definitely like, if I had to guess, like double the damage of the previous one. Should we let this one ride out? I mean, just to be clear, if this guy wins, this is gonna be insane, because this is like super cheap to pull off. This is an 800,000 Paragon with, I don't know, if you include the tier 5, sure, it's gonna be like 900k. And if 900k is all you need to farm to beat the tier 5 elite phase, that's peanuts. That's ridiculous. That shouldn't be possible, I don't think. Alright, so 128, we've got 4 HP bars left to go and 3 skulls. And basically it's the 3 skulls thing that's worrying me a little bit, because it's 3 jumps. I think if anything, we want to defend the pack line a little bit, so I'm just gonna buy something like this, like the super mice, just in case some of these small balloons leak. But how is the damage looking? 130, so the rounds are about halfway there, but the HP is not halfway there still. Yeah, so here's the thing, round 138, 20 is close, but it's unfortunately not gonna cut it, because yeah, he's gonna jump right next to the exit, but this is crazy because it's only 1 HP bar and the shield left. So let's bump it up to what, 25? Actually, let's do $1 million of investment, so 500k for the Ascended Shadow and just like $1 million flat. Let's see what degree this is gonna come out to be. That's a 29. All right, so farming $1 million is definitely not a problem, but let's see how much of a difference this is going to make, because you can definitely feel the damage difference with the sticky charges. So yeah, $1 million to farm is, again, not a huge number by any means versus any boss event. So if Ninja wanted to pull something off, like maybe they can limit all these farming methods and they can do phase as the boss, and you will still, you know, you're not gonna be making that much money, but it's like this Paragon is so OP versus phase that you don't even need that much of an investment. Alright, so here it comes. This is gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a huge jump, but it's gonna come, I think, just in the range of the shuriken attack, basically. Yeah, there we go. So we can actually get some shuriken damage on it, although it's not gonna be huge. But here's the thing with phase, when you remove the shield, he actually slows down. So this is probably the most important part. If we can remove the shield, maybe the stickies can deal with it. Oh my god, no. You guys know what we're gonna lose to actually in this one with the degree 29? It's gonna be the rounds. It's 139. Oh no, wait, is he actually gonna be able to pop it? Because once you remove the shield, phase slows down. But oh my god, 29 just comes so close. Alright, so how about we do this? Actually, let's do like $1.2 investment. That's gonna be 700k plus the 500 of the Paragon. So how much does this come out to? It's a 36. So 1.2 million is very doable, I'm pretty sure, in like any normal fight. It's actually very little money, because if you think about it, for some bosses, you know, we're using the Wizard Paragon, the Metamorphosis ability, you're overclocking it, like you're doing all these shenanigans in order to beat them. And if 1.2 million is all it takes, that is like that's peanuts. That's absolutely nothing. This is the one, guys. 135 with the rounds. That's the only thing that's concerning me a little bit, because he does have the damage. I'm not sure if the rounds are gonna hold off. Can we do something about that actually? Because the spawn point is up here, so maybe we do something like oh, do we do the super glue? Sure, let's do the super glue. Let's try and keep, oh, never mind, the shurikens are following them. I don't think we can hold them. Yeah, it's just gonna be the rounds, I'm pretty sure, although we still might have a shot at doing this. So the shield is out, so it's just gonna be like a handful of stickies left to do it. You guys know what he might actually do it? 138, so we've got like 2 rounds left to go. It's getting super close to the exit, but my god, that is insane. I think he has it. It's gonna come down to the wire. Maybe 139, one more charge, I think, and we have it. And that's crazy. 139 just at the very end. So with a 1.2 million investment, you can defeat tier 5 elite phase. That is how OP this new Ascended Shadow is. That is nuts. Yep, I think it's safe to say they might have overbuffed this Paragon versus phase. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.